Social media influencer is appealing for help to trace their kin who was allegedly abducted by people believed to be security officers from Udhiru for posting on the X social media platform a picture of President William Ruto that some would find offending. The family says the social media influencer who allegedly made the post on Thursday before deleting it had received threats via his social media pages and was being trailed by unknown persons.
First around 9 and hakurudi, so I went downstairs to check on him. Nikaambiwa na some witnesses amekuwa abducted.
Yes, abductions are going on in Kenya, and the latest to be abducted was a youthful man known as Muteti. Muteti is the one who did pictures while William Ruto was sleeping in a coffin. You know, even before this, abduction have been something usual in a Kenyan politics. And remember what by their pains very many Kenyans is William Ruto stood on a podium fighting abductions. We all remember during the 2022 presidential election, he campaigned against very many things, which he is now doing. It shows you that the center is no longer holding. I was talking to someone and he told me that why very many leaders react the same is it is human. When people get the same pressure, they tend to react the same. And I think Ruto is abducting people because of pressure. And I think it's not supposed to be done. Putting in context that he stood against abduction during the Uhuru regime. You know, I keep on telling people that Kenya is the biggest democracy in East Africa. When it retrogrades to stupid things like abduction, it is a concern for all of us. And I think it is a lesson learned in Uganda, where the Ugandan regime can abduct anyone at free will. That's the truth. Okay? So in this episode, I've come to talk about the trend in abduction in Kenya, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So first of all, abductions have been rampant. Even before the finance bill, we used to see people being abducted. Even after the finance bill, we used to see people being abducted by the DCI and many more. Okay? Because of trying to critique the government. There is no problem by the government arresting someone if they come with an arrest warrant, present themselves and take that person away. But if they abduct people using Subarus, it is a concern for very many people. It will even give a crack in the door for self-seekers to do the same. Okay? For bad people to do the same, and people will start thinking government. A new person to be abducted was a young man who did pictures when William Ruto was in a coffin, and he was using social media to do activism. He was abducted. And I'm going to give you the reason as to why the state normally abducts people. But before I proceed, I want to play you a tape when the family of this young man was narrating how the abduction took place. In fact, this news was done by Citizen TV. I give credit to this TV. Here's the tape.
Media influencer is appealing for help to trace their kin who was allegedly abducted by people believed to be security officers from Udhiru for posting on the X social media platform a picture of President William Ruto that some would find offending. The family says the social media influencer who allegedly made the post on Thursday before deleting it had received threats via his social media pages and was being trailed by unknown persons. Muteti's abduction has raised concerns over increased cases of abductions in the country, which continue despite government's defense on the matter.
It is outside this apartment in Uthiru, Nairobi, where 22-year-old Peter Muteti, a social media influencer with a considerable following on X, was abducted by 4 armed men on Saturday at around 9 a.m. According to family members, 2 armed men jumped out of a moving vehicle, registration number KCF 035M, and bundled him in. 2 other people, including a man in a police uniform, were inside the car, which sped off. His mobile phone was switched off and he became inaccessible.
Jana aliendea.
Even the news talking about abduction in a country, a democracy like Kenya, is in itself a problem. If I want to bring this boy in the book and I'm in a security organ, all I need to do is get an arresting warrant, come in the area when he's around, no matter the time. But it's better you come during the day, because that young man couldn't have resisted an arrest of 5 people. Tell the LC1 chairperson, tell them you are taking him to make to make a statement. Then take him. Why abduct him? Okay, let's continue.
First around 9 and hakurudi, so I went downstairs to check on him. Nikaambiwa na some witnesses amekuwa abducted.
Wambui says Muteti was living in fear after receiving threatening messages from unknown persons on the X platform. The threats followed a post he made on Thursday afternoon with a picture of the head of state that some would find in bad taste. She says he was concerned about the threats and he deleted the post.
Friday asubuhi, there's some suspicious men aliona, ikafanya dia delete that post. Juu alikuwa na woga. So yeah, ni true, alikuwa anathreateniwa.
We appeal to the DCI, to the Kenyan police. We understand that Peter has been vocal on Twitter. Maybe he could have done wrong, but we believe there is a due process, and we should know his whereabouts. He shouldn't be hidden. He should be produced in court.
The family which has reported the matter.
Even the comments of the sisters, in everything there must be a due process. Even when you're arresting someone, even when you're arresting a terrorist, there must be a due process. You cannot just abduct people, you continue abducting people. But the reason behind these abductions, one, they are trying to instill fear into Kenyans, so that you may fear to air out your views on social media, because that's what failed regimes do. And it has normally worked, because if you instill fear in very many people, they will lack freedom of expression for fear of what would happen. Imagine a friend to Muteti. If I hear my friend was taken because of social media post, I would flinch and not post against the government. And so unfortunate. What pains me more about all these things is not abducting a person, because I know Peter Muteti would I think did wrong, because in all jurisprudence you cannot disrespect the president, even in bigger democracies. But the difference is, in bigger democracies they will come, show you the warrant, show you the mistake, inform your family, put you in a custody where your family knows, take you to court. Either the court will be for or against you. But the issue of abductions must be stopped in Kenya, because they want to instill people, they want to instill fear in the Kenyan citizens, so that they can forget their duty of calling out government excesses. And it's so unfortunate. So RUTO must stop these things, because he campaigned against them vigorously and people gave him the support. It's time for him to stop. Of course, that's my opinion. Do drop me your comments by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I implore you to subscribe, like, and comment, so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.